I'm back, baby. I'm back. Ain't shit stopping me. No pulmonary embolism. No other motherfucker trying to run that ain't want to sign a contract. I'm here, baby. I'm here. Recognize, baby. Ah! So, when I was diagnosed with a pulmonary embolism last year, May, world came crashing down on me. Doctors told me that I wasn't gonna be on blood thinners, that I was gonna be on blood thinners indefinitely for the rest of my life. I wasn't gonna breathe for the rest of my life. They said that they found a $50 piece of dead tissue in my lung, that I was on the verge of collapsing and dying in that next couple of months, and I didn't accept that at all.
The thing is, Mohawk has such a story, right? And he's a humble guy. He doesn't like necessarily people feeling sorry for him, right? He's a larger than life type character, and you know, God made him that way for a reason. But the man's had a lot of trials, you know, and hasn't always had the support that some of us take for granted. So hearing about the pulmonary embolism, on top of the stuff that he'd been dealing with personally with other individuals in his family, you know, being sick, you know, maybe being around that just prepared him for his own fight, his own mortality that he had to get in touch with, right? A pulmonary embolism is life-threatening. It's something that, you know, you don't really know what's gonna happen. It's a fight. He's preparing for a fight now. I was kind of wondering why things have been slow moving. Hadn't seen him a lot for training and stuff like that, so I kind of assumed that there was something going on. We hadn't heard from BKFC in a long time, and too long, but it's been like that in the past before, so sometimes it's been a little bit before he's had new offers, so that was kind of normal. But hearing that he was in for the fight of his life and hearing how serious it was, because when you first hear pulmonary embolism, I'm no medical expert, I wasn't sure how bad it was, but when you first hear that, you know, immediately, I think it was like immediate tears for me. I don't know if I was on the phone, maybe I tried to keep it together and keep it cool and lighthearted for him, but it was pretty much, you know, just immediate tears, the pain, the unknown, right? Feeling like he'd been through so much, conquered so much, and now another obstacle that seems to always get thrown in his path. Of all the great ones pass when they're trying to better themselves, when they're trying to pursue something that's bigger than them, when they're right there. You know, there's always gonna be something that's trying to derail you, that's trying to throw you off course. And that's what the journey is all about, right? It's about overcoming those obstacles. So I knew Mohawk would overcome it, but obviously the uncertainty is something that's scarier than any monster they could throw at him in the BKFC, so. I love it. It's nice little humid today. It's gonna keep us warm, get us warm. Get us to the weight we want to be at, to the shape we're trying to be at.
Well, I went back to the basics, studying the human anatomy, opening up the veins. I did beetroots, gallon of water. I started doing the Mullen plant to restore the lungs. After that, I started doing a lot of swimming, implementing a lot of different workouts to get the cardiovascular kind of going, get the heart rate up and pull more oxygen from that lung and kind of restart everything up again. It was an amazing feeling to be able to get back into my sanctuary. It's like, that was my temple right there. And like when I was able to get back to it, it was phenomenal, man. I felt back centered, I felt home, and I felt that comfort zone, and I felt it was time to work.
Get the move now. Make him set his feet. This, yes. Those spring steps, right? Learning how to drive with your legs. We're used to that
my ring. I don't care how tired you are.
I like to think outside the box, you know, not like these thoughts haven't been had before, but you know, some of my biggest motivation comes from these guys that think more unorthodox. You know, they think their body like a chain and trying to connect everything. That's what we try to do here out at the dojo with our workouts. You know, you're not gonna see a lot of free weights. You see maybe a few dumbbells, nothing really over 45 pounds, you know, and that's intentional. Most of the tools we have here, you know, the wave runner, the bands, the push-up bars, the plyometric stuff, all that is gonna incorporate body weight. You know, we even got a Bulgarian bag. I think rotational strength is something that is not trained enough or not effectively trained in MMA, and the guys who do train it, you know, seem to pop out to me, so.
20 seconds. Other guys will do 10 seconds hard, 20 seconds soft. We go 20 seconds as hard as humanly possible. 10 seconds touching for him to recover and then come back, and all that fury you see, bucked up, fight of the night, 3 times now. All you see of that comes from this hard training that he puts in the gym, so that his body is able to go out there and hopefully perform at peak performance. Right? We're training for that fire. Power, 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 fury. Everything, bad attention, set your feet. Yeah, set your feet, throw. Yeah, bring that bag down. Let's go, let's go. Hard, 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 hard. Hard, hard, everything. We want to get tired here. We want to get tired here so we can recover.
Esteban Mohawk Rodriguez, the future champion of the Cruiserweight division, baby. You know what time it is. I'm back, baby. I'm back. Ain't shit stopping me. No pulmonary embolism. No other motherfucker trying to run that ain't want to sign a contract. I'm here, baby. I'm here. Recognize, baby.